NSE. All right, so welcome officially. My name is Erica Benhart. I'm an NSE coordinator for Stony Brook University, which is located in New York on Long Island. I'm also the Zone 4 Council representative for us on the Eastern Seaboard. So we're going to go ahead and officially get started. Again, today's session is the Great NSE Road Trip. I'm so excited for you that you joined us for this session. I'm going to have my colleagues who are presenting introduce themselves, and then we will move along to some NSE general info. The campuses will talk about themselves, and then we'll have breakout sessions. So for those of you that are presenting today, I'm going to popcorn it to, we're going to start with Dan. Dan, you want to introduce yourself? Say hello.
Hi, everybody. I'm glad you had time to join us today. I'm Dan Harper. I'm the coordinator for National Student Exchange at the University of New Orleans.
Thanks, Dan. Rachel?
Hi, everyone. I'm Rachel. I'm with Southern Utah University, so I just help coordinate everybody coming here and going out.
Thank you. Let's see. Let's move on to Diane.
Hi, I'm Diane Thompson here at the University of Wyoming. We look forward to talking to you more about coming to UW.
Thanks, Diane. And Jordan?
Hey everyone, my name is Jordan Holmes. I'm a Global Education Advisor at the University of Georgia, and also the NSE Coordinator, among other things.
Thank you. Hope?
Hi everyone, I'm Hope Ortiz, the Global Engagement Coordinator over at Sonoma State.
Am I forgetting anyone? Oh, Nikki?
Hi, y'all. So I'm Nikki Johnson. I work at Texas State University, and I'm a coordinator with a lot of their study programs there.
Thanks, Nikki. I think that's everybody, correct? All right, let's move on. So what is National Student Exchange? For those of you that are maybe just hearing about it this week or recently, National Student Exchange is a consortium that allows college students to study away for a semester, perhaps 2 semesters, or perhaps even in a summer or winter session at any of our participating universities. It's a great program that allows students to grow, connect globally, network, meet new peers, meet and interact with new faculty and staff, and have experiences that they wouldn't have otherwise. It's a great program, which I consider to be extremely affordable, accessible, and inclusive. We are excited for you to learn more about it. The way that NSE works is students can exchange on one of 2 payment plans. Their payment plan is going to determine whose tuition and fees they're paying. They either pay their home campus tuition and fees, or they pay the in-state tuition and fees of their host campus. And they always pay the in-state room and meal costs to their host campus. Most students remain eligible for all of their federal aid, and most of the time, depending on the plan that they exchange on, can also remain eligible for their state aid. So that's a great thing. You know, all majors are welcome. With, you know, over 170 campuses, we can probably find a few campuses that have your majors, probably more than a few, and have those courses that you need to take so that you can stay on track to graduate, but also still get that opportunity to study away while you're in college. The majority of the campuses that participate require a 2.5 or GPA or higher. Some campuses do require a 2.75, and there's a small handful that require something higher than a 2.75. As I mentioned, you can exchange for a semester or up to an academic year, and there are some campuses that also offer summer and winter exchange programs. You know, each campus does determine their own eligibility requirements and guidelines, and all of that information can be found on our website at nse.org. Now to give you a little bit of insight about the program and show you some exciting things that you could experience, I'm just going to show you this video. hopefully you saw some things that might have interested you in that video. I mean, NSE can really take you to a lot of exciting, fun, adventurous places. It can also take you to campuses where you might not have an opportunity to take certain classes or certain experiences otherwise. So without further ado, I want to give the opportunity to our campuses who are joining us to present about what you can experience if you were to exchange with them. So I'm going to turn it over and start off with Southern Utah University.
Awesome. Yes, talking about fabulous universities and experiences. Just again, my name is Rachel, and I work with a lot of our study coordinations, just people coming through NSC. We have a really big study abroad program, so I work with that as well. And I'm a student here at SUU, so I can talk about kind of the experience and the life that you get to live if you want to come study at our campus. So we have a couple of slogans that we use here at SUU. You know, we like to have a lot of stuff to say. So one of them is the middle of everywhere. And we say this because we really are smack dab right in the middle of a lot of exciting and interesting places. So one of those, very famously, is Las Vegas. We're about 2.5-hour drive from there. And if you go the other direction, you're going to run into Salt Lake. So in Vegas, we have a lot of exciting games. We have a lot of exciting culture that you can go see if you're into sports. We have a lot of those that we do trips to all the time. And up at Salt Lake, there's a lot of really great city opportunities for just like networking. They have a lot of conferences that come through there. They also have a lot of concerts if that's something that you're really interested in. But just to hit on like the networking, they do have a lot of conferences that come through it, especially for business, PR, marketing. We also have a lot of nursing conventions that come through. So that's something that you're really interested in, being able to connect with a lot of the industry professionals and kind of see where that job could take you. That's going to be really, really awesome for you. And then just a note on SUU, some of the things that maybe set us apart from a lot of other universities is we do have a little bit of a smaller campus size. We also have a large faculty to student ratio. So that means that when you're in your classes, you're going to end up being able to be on a name basis with your professor, whether you find that as a good thing or not. But they're really, really helpful in just walking you through your classes. Another note, I know I'm hitting networking a little bit hard, but when you are that close with your professor and when they're able to know your name in that way and kind of build that relationship, you're going to be able to talk to that professor later for things like references, for looking at jobs that maybe they have experience with, and just kind of using them as a resource to kind of go into the next step of like your after college journey. And then one of our great things here at SUU is going to be our like nature, our programs that we have that go out into all of these great parks that we're so close to. So we also like to say SUU, world's best backyard. And so we are really, really close to the Arches National Park. And this is going to be a park that you really are going to get a lot of those rock formations that you don't see a ton outside of like Utah and Arizona. So you're going to be able to go to Arches National Park. You're going to be able to go to Zions National Park, as well as Bryce Canyon. And we actually have a really great outdoor program here on campus where you can sign up to go on trips. We try to make them almost weekly and make them really, really affordable for students. So we have all of the gear provided for you. We have like your transportation to get to and from, and it's a great way to meet both our professors who go on the trips and a lot of the other students, so you can always be able to connect with your classmates and just get a really good experience there just being in nature. And so that is kind of all that we have for SUU, but if you want to come into our breakout room and ask more questions, feel free.
Thank you so much, Rachel. All right, we're going to turn it over to Sonoma State University.
Hi, everyone. As I mentioned, my name is Hope Ortiz, and I'm over at Sonoma State University in California. We are located in Northern California, about an hour north of San Francisco, what we call the North Bay, and in the heart of wine country. We are a medium-sized campus between 5,000 and 6,000 students. We're very teaching-oriented, student services-oriented, and the only official COPLAC, Council of Public Liberal Arts and Colleges of California. We are a part of the California State University system, the largest public system in the United States, and we are also a Hispanic serving institution. Similarly, we also have lots of great access to other cool places, as you might have saw on that map. So when you come here, you're going to have access to the coast, the beach, mountains, snow, lakes, deserts, like everything in between. So pretty cool location. Some of our highlights, we have notable programs in business, wine business, psychology, and education. All are open to NSE students. And our NSE students at Sonoma State get priority registration. NSE students are incorporated into our global community. So you participate in our international and NSE exchange student orientation. We organize events throughout the semester to go to local sites, like they just went hiking in the redwoods and did a river day. They've gone to Tahoe. They're going to Rocky Horror Picture Show soon. So lots of fun events like that. On-campus housing is required for NSE students, but we have amazing apartment style housing, some of the best in the country. And we have some other, top university type accolades. Also, students are, of course, are able to participate in internships, student leadership opportunities, clubs, and we have really strong outdoor recreation opportunities as well. And then I just wanted to share some pictures of what your kind of experience would be at Sonoma State University. Like I mentioned, our club does lots of trips and things in the local area, trips to San Francisco. We've done wine tasting in the past if you're 21 and over. In-N-Out, which you got to hit if you're in California. They're going to the pumpkin patch. Sometimes they do camping and movie nights. They did a paint night last semester. So really fun community and great way to experience Northern California.
Thank you so much, Hope. All right, our next campus, we're transitioning to the other side of the United States, University of Georgia.
Hi everyone, my name is Jordan. So the University of Georgia, we're located in Athens. It's about an hour and a half from Atlanta, so it's really convenient to like fly into Atlanta. There's like a shuttle that will bring you directly to campus. It's really like a small college town, very typical like college town. Really all of Athens is there because of the university. So it's all kind of built around student life. There's always a lot going on. Campus is right next to downtown Athens. So there's all of that, which is super convenient, and then going back into the city as well for like the concerts, or there's shows, all the everything that Atlanta has. It's a pretty large campus. We have about 40,000 students total, including undergraduate and graduate students. There's really great live music and food scene downtown. So if you're on campus, you can walk straight to downtown. That picture of the arch is right on the edge of downtown Athens. So you can just walk there. REM and the B-52s, those are some like older bands, but they came out of Athens. So the Georgia Theater is one of the like live music scenes downtown. So if you're into that, Athens is a great place for you. And then kind of like campus highlight, you might have heard back-to-back national football champions last year and the year before. So really big like SEC football school culture, the whole Southern football thing. It's a real thing. Every Saturday in Athens, town pretty much shuts down because everyone's coming in for the games. It's really exciting. And as an NSE student, you get football tickets, like you're put in the system to get the student tickets and everything, which is really exciting. Academics wise, we're not just a sports school, we also have strong academic programs. So the Terry College of Business, Grady College of Journalism, agriculture, we have a really awesome forestry and natural resources school, and then College of Engineering as well, or just to name a few. And then really exciting rankings that came out recently, number 16 out of best public universities in the nation, and then really awesome number 2 best student life. So yeah, there's like over 800 campus organizations, so there's tons to get involved in on campus, as well as all the things happening like in the local community. And then just some specific things about doing NSE at UGA. So we're pretty open on post pay, and that's like the tuition cost, just to give you an idea. And then we're more limited on home pay based on like our outgoing numbers. And then there's on-campus housing based on availability in a double room. So if you want to look it up, it's called Building 1516. There's a picture up there. It's a pretty new building. Has an attached bathroom, which is nice. Lots of students choose to live off campus too. It is a college town. So there's tons of apartments and student living around. It's important if you're looking at UGA through NSE to be flexible for your courses, because you'll register after our like degree seeking students, but you still have, it's a big school, so there's lots of classes available. And it's the only NSE campus in Georgia, so if you want to come to Georgia, UGA is your option.
Thanks so much, Jordan. All right, now we're going back in another direction of the United States. We're going to head to the University of Wyoming.
Okay, thank you. I'm Diane Thompson again. I forgot to say my role in my intro. So I'm an Ed Abroad advisor here at the University of Wyoming, and we coordinate NSE through our office as well. So in this slide on the right, you'll see a real cowboy who is riding out with the football players at the beginning of a football game, and they do this every home game. So UW by the numbers. Our town is small, 32,000 residents, and our campus is mid-size, about 10,500 students. We're located 2 hours north of Denver, Colorado, so in southern Wyoming. Our in-state tuition is 2,500, so it's quite reasonable. And our elevation is 7,200 feet, so we're really high up here, high elevation city. And University of Wyoming is the only university in our entire state, because as you probably know, we have a big state, but we don't have very many people in our state. Wyoming would be a great choice if you're into the outdoors. So we have Yellowstone, of course, climbing, biking, hiking, skiing, small towns, and the Wild West. So UW, it's not all the Wild West, it's not all Western and cowboys, but that is something that is unique to Wyoming. Besides that, our campus is quite devoted to increasing globalization and diversity. So we welcome students from all over. We're happy to have you. And we have a 14-to-1 student to faculty ratio, which is highlight. On the right, just a few campus highlights here on our campus. Our indoor climbing wall. So climbing, if you're into climbing, Laramie, Wyoming is probably on your list already. I think it's quite the climbing destination for rock climbing. That is outdoors. Students get into all athletic events for free without a ticket. We have D1 athletics. We have the Makerspace 3D printers. I think we have more than 3 now. That's those are free to use for everybody. I think that's probably more common now, but it is quite exciting. We're quite into that here. And we have the only 3D metal printer, I just realized, in the Rocky Mountain region, whatever that is. So you can Google. Lots of performing arts. The Williams Conservatory is a large greenhouse that's home to over 500 species of plants. And then we have the Art Museum. The Geological Museum is, there's a full Allosaurus dinosaur, which I guess is the only complete one in the world. And he was found in Wyoming. So that's why I put that on there. On the bottom left, we have over 90 majors. So something for everybody, I think. And our notable programs include energy studies, environmental studies, of course, since there's lots of opportunities for field research, outdoor rec and tourism management, construction management, and petroleum engineering, just to name a few. Here are some images of our campus. So you can see on the bottom, the snow one. So we do get snow, of course. So if you're here in the fall semester, you'll be able to see different climates. The spring semester is mostly winter. So if you're into looking for something new and trying skiing, then a spring here in Laramie might be good for you. Thank you.
Thank you so much. All right, we're going to head to one of my favorite cities, New Orleans. So turn it over to Dan.
Thank you, Erica. Hello, everyone again. Yeah, I'm representing New Orleans today. I decided when we started this, I wasn't going to talk much about academics because let's face it, if you're coming to New Orleans, you're not coming here for the academics. Although we will make sure you get your classes, so don't worry about that. New Orleans is one of the most unique cities in America, I believe. The famous playwright Tennessee Williams once said there are three great American cities. He said New York, San Francisco, and New Orleans. And he went ahead and said everything else is Cleveland. Sorry, Cleveland, and Atlanta, and Los Angeles, and Minneapolis. But you know, I didn't say it. Tennessee Williams did. As it says here, we're a unique city. I was thinking as I was listening to University of Wyoming. They're at 7,200 feet sea level. We're at about, I'd say we're about 7,210 feet below that here. So no mountains in New Orleans, no snow. But we have a lot of other things. Playing up on the road trip theme, I decided that, well, where can you go if you're here at New Orleans? First of all, our campus is located on the shores of Lake Pontchartrain. We're only about 15 minutes, a short ride from the French Quarter and the Mississippi Riverfront. So you've got pictures there on the left of our campus. I say it's our left. It's my left. I'm not sure where it is on your face, but that's us on the lakefront, Lake Pontchartrain. There is a bridge that crosses from our shore, which is the south shore, to the north shore. It is 24 miles long. You see a picture of that there. Why is that important? Well, it's the longest continuous bridge over water in the world. So when you're here, take a road trip. Think about that. You can tell your friends and family, I crossed the longest continuous bridge over water in the world. We also encourage you while you're here to, of course, go to the French Quarter. Everybody does, everybody will, but there's so much more to do than that. You can go uptown on the streetcar, which takes you up to the campuses of Loyola and Tulane. If you want to make a road trip, a 3-hour road trip to the east, you can get to the white sands of Orange Beach, Gulf Shores, and Pensacola Beach, white sands and emerald waters, only about 3 hours to the east. And then if you really want to have an adventure, take about an hour trip to the west. You can go to Baton Rouge, which, by the way, Baton Rouge, well, I'll ask this in the breakout. We'll see if you know what Baton Rouge stands for. But you can go over there to LSU, a really beautiful campus, and they are also, by the way, an NSE school. But it's not to be missed if you get a chance to go over there and participate in a Saturday night tailgating for LSU football. It's a once in a lifetime type experience. Go to the next one. So a little bit more about what's happening around here. Obviously, you can see there we do have students who are actually in classes, believe it or not. They're in classes, they're on campus, and they're studying, but they're also going to places like the Superdome, which tonight the Superdome has a Beyonce there. I've heard of her, I think, vaguely. I think she's somebody big. Beyonce is going to be there tonight, and Taylor Swift, another notable name, is going to be there on October 25th. So if you're into big acts, big entertainment, you can find that here in New Orleans. You can also find food, which we're kind of famous for. You can go down to Frenchman Street, just off the French Quarter, for live music, music on the street and music in the clubs. We also have Mardi Gras, of course. Most people know about that. Happens in the spring. And then we have the New Orleans Jazz and Heritage Festival, which also happens in the spring. And that's just the tip of the iceberg, if we had icebergs here. That's just a little bit of what you can do. So we encourage you to come and visit us. And I'll be in the breakout room a little bit later to answer any specific questions you might have, and also to quiz you.
Thank you so much, Dan. All right. We're going to stay in the South, but we're going to head west. We're going to go to Texas State.
Hi guys, so again, my name is Nikki Johnson, and I'm actually an alumni from Texas State, so I'm a student, and now I work here. And so I definitely, out of the different Texas campuses offered from NSE, I think we have the best location since we're more central. So to get started, San Marcos is located, that little star on Texas, as you can see. Above us is Austin, Texas. Below us is San Antonio. And then the blue is popular beaches that we have along our coast. So just to talk about our campus to get started, we have about 38,000 students for both undergrad and graduate. A lot of our students are Texans, but as you can see, we do have some out-of-state students from 88 different countries, different states across the nation, and it comes into also our campus. So our main campus is located in San Marcos. It's about 500 acres. There's actually a river that runs through our campus. So if you're interested in tubing and swimming, this is the spot for you. As you can see, we've been ranked top 10 as public universities in Texas, and also one of the best student life for Texas as well. We are also a Hispanic serving institution, and if we go to the next slide, that leads us into what we can offer you academic wise. So we do have 99 bachelor degrees. So whatever major you are, most likely we have transferable credits that can go back to your degree plan. And then a big thing is going to be our student organization. So we are really big on engagement of our students on campus. We have lots of fun orgs like Quidditch, if you're a Harry Potter fan. We have hide and seek club. We actually have this big club called Humans versus Zombies, where the students, half of them are zombies, half of them are humans, and it is wild on campus when that is going live. We have a lot of good services to offer students in regards to career services, academic coaching, peer mentoring, a counseling center. We have tutoring services, the writing center, veteran affairs. So really have a place for any kind of student that comes here. And actually, before we move on, the background is in the picture of the river that runs through our campus where students are tubing. And we don't have a horse that welcomes our football games. That is our president of our institution riding a Harley out in front of the football people. So we have a huge student section in our football games, and all of the students at Texas State also get free admission to every sports event here. So Texas Life, I am a big Texan, have lots of Texan pride in me. Festivals, Austin, you have South by Southwest, you have ACL. So if you like big concerts, big names, that's the place to go. Film festivals, San Marcos has actually been approved to have a film studio coming to San Marcos. So we're having a lot of like LA industry people now in our little town, which is gonna be very exciting. Other huge festivals that happen are like the rodeos. That's going to be in San Antonio, Austin, Houston. Because we're that central location, you can get to those locations very easily. Outdoor recreation, we have so many state parks, historical sites, natural areas. So if you're into hiking, if you're into exploring different kind of regions, Texas has kind of every little section has a place for you. Sports, we have football teams, basketball teams, and their stadiums are very close. So if you're into basketball, San Antonio Spurs, you have Dallas Mavericks, Houston Rockets. If you're into football, Dallas Cowboys, we have the Houston Texans. It just really depends on what your interests are. Amusement parks, we have zoos, aquariums, Six Flags, SeaWorld, Schlitterbahn, which is one of the biggest water parks in the nation, and water life. Because we have a river that runs through, it's a very popular here for students to go canoeing, tubing, paddleboarding. We have glass bottom boats here, lots of swimming holes, really niche places. The river that runs through our campus is actually spring fed. So it's 72 degrees year round. It's really beautiful. And then other historical or just big things in Texas are the Alamo, the Riverwalk. We have Circuits of Americas, which is Formula One racing. We have the Space Center in Houston. And I cannot move on without our food. The barbecue, the Tex-Mex food is delicious. But yeah, interested in Texas and Texas State, I am the person to talk to.
Thank you so much. So before we head into the breakout rooms, we just wanted to really thank you all for joining us. But I do encourage all of you, we have some great campuses here, and it's a great opportunity just to pop in. Even if you don't have any specific questions, you can just say to the coordinator, what can you tell me about your campus that maybe you didn't get a chance to tell me in your presentation, or what's your favorite thing there. So we're going to open up the breakout rooms. And again, you can pop in and pop out to as many campuses as you would like. You'll have that opportunity. So I'm going to stop sharing my screen. There we go. And let's see. I think Leah's going to open up the breakout rooms for us.